There's an episode in the new Love, Death, Robots. In this episode, the main character is supposed to be, I think, a native Chinese user. But the dubbing lady they find, the voice, she is not comfortable, I believe, with the Chinese language. So it just sounds a little bit robotic, I say. It almost sounds like AI with less emotion. I believe she wanted to do a great job because the most pronunciations are correct, but I can hear that she's not exactly a fluent Chinese user. So that might not be her fault, because using another language to act, to do the voiceover, to do the dubbing, it's kind of hard. But the most embarrassing part is the last poem that they put in the show. If you haven't watched it and you are interested, you can go watch it first. And if you guys already watched or you are not interested, well, I just give you the general story here. This is setting in a alien planet, and the protagonist, the main character, is one of those, I say, gladiators that they like ride the dinosaurs and fight each other to the final winner. They were just fighting, racing, just to please. I don't know if it should say their owner or their lord. Anyway, those upper class people. These upper class people were just having a marriage ceremony. So the main character is being the entertainment to ride dinosaurs and fight with her own kind, or her own friend. So at the very end, she lived and be the champion supposedly, but those lords, those upper class people, are not satisfied and they want more entertainment, so they put her with a fight to a T-Rex. And finally she and the T-Rex worked together to and kill the upper class couple they're going to get married. So they both are going to die, and she said,
花间一壶酒，独酌无相亲。举杯邀明月，对影成三人。
This poem is like kind of ridiculous to put it in here. I don't know how those writers thought about putting this poem here. Me as a native, we learned this poem before. It's a quite famous poem in China. By the way, this poem is not the complete version. The complete version is like this. So they just read the first two sentences in this poem, and these two sentences are the most famous in China. It was written by Li Bai, a poet lived in Tang Dynasty. The title of this poem is 月下独酌, which means a drink alone under the moonlight. Okay, under the moon. So the first sentence roughly translates to, there's a bottle of wine put with the flowers, and the poet is drinking without any companion. He's drinking alone. He raised the glasses and asked the moon to join in, and him, the moon, and his shadow became three persons in his mind. Now he have two companions, two friends that he can drink with. As you can see, this poem is not about like big revolution or homesickness or anything. It's just says the poet himself is lonely, is alone, but he's romantic and he managed to feel not so lonely. And if you count his background, at that time he want to work in the government at that time, but the emperor at that time didn't give him the place he wanted, so he's upset about that, and he's traveling all by himself, and that's mainly what it is. And he's just drinking to ease his sense of lost and sense of loneliness, but suddenly it strikes him that he has no companion. There's no one there for him, and to make himself feel better, he just raised glasses and asked the moon to join. So that's briefly the first part of this poem. Is supposed to mean, and here in this circumstances in this episode, it just doesn't fit in. It just feel kind of awkward, especially for us native Chinese people. Yeah. Although I don't think we are the most targeted audience here. But I just want to say, for those who make movies and stuff, well, you better dig some more. Not just to be cool. You gotta be like really mean it, okay? And that's all for this video. If you like, leave the thumbs up. If you have any questions, please leave a message in comment, and I will see you next video.